If you're wanting to make money online selling digital products, you're in the right place. In this video, I'm breaking down step-by-step how to start a digital products business from square one. We're going to be covering types of digital products to sell online, how to know which product type is the right fit for you, how to actually create your digital products and what tools to use, and how to sell your digital products, where to set up your online shop, and how to get your offers in front of your ideal customers to get those cha-chings rolling in. And make sure to watch all the way to the end because I'm going to be adding in 2 additional pro tips. These are the 2 main factors that helped my listings take off time and time again. But first, let's talk about what a digital product even is. A digital product is a file, link, or resource that's sent digitally to your customer, so they're not receiving anything tangible, no physical product is involved, but they're purchasing something from you that's going to be delivered digitally to them. We'll dive deeper into all the different types of digital products in just a minute, but first I want to share with you some of the benefits of selling digital products as opposed to selling physical products. First of all, there's little to no startup budget needed. You can pretty much do everything you need to start your digital products business with $0 up front. It's one of the easiest and quickest business types to get started for this very reason. You're not having to purchase physical materials. You're not having to store any physical inventory. You don't have to wait on any physical supplies to be shipped to you. You can literally get started creating and selling your digital products today. Now, one of my very favorite benefits to selling digital products is that they can bring in passive income. This is different than active income where you're having to trade your time for dollars, which is the case a lot of times with a service-based or a physical product-based business, because when orders come in or when services are needed, you're having to spend your time to complete those services or to fill and package and ship every single physical product order. Whereas with passive income products like digital products, you can do the work to create your digital product once up front and then set it up to sell in an automated system so it's selling over and over again on repeat on its own. And as orders come in, you're not having to lift another finger to fill or ship any orders. It's set up to automatically deliver. So you're literally just doing the work once to get it created and set up, and then it takes care of itself from there, bringing you passive income. I love digital products also because it's just fun. This is a great way to have a creative outlet. If you are a creative person who loves to design, this is a perfect business type for you, not only to be profitable, but to also have something you really enjoy that you can do from home. And speaking of working from home, with a digital products business, you've got time freedom and location freedom, meaning that you can work on your own schedule. You can set your own pace. You can work as much or as little as you want. You can work from home or while you're on vacation or while you're in the pickup line waiting for the kids. The sky really is the limit when it comes to how you run your digital products business. And I love it because you are in charge. You do what works for your season of life. Now we're about to jump into these 4 main steps you need to take to get started with your digital products business. But first, if you're looking for a deeper dive into the logistics of actually getting this type of business set up and running, then I have a free 45-minute long masterclass called Digital Product Powerhouse that goes through the 4 crucial steps that you'll need to take that are necessary for your business to get it to the point where it's bringing in consistent sales and revenue. So if you'd like to jump into that masterclass when you're done watching this video, I've got that linked in the description box below. I definitely think that'll be a huge help for you. But for now, let's talk about types of digital products you can sell online. There are so many different types of digital products out there that you can sell, but I find it helpful to put them into 2 main categories. The first category is digital products that are meant for printing, and the second category is digital products that are meant only for digital use. So some examples of digital products that are created and meant to be printed out would be event invitations, like invitations for birthday parties or wedding invitations or office party invitations, printable wall art, which would be files of different types of wall art that people could purchase and instantly download, print out, and hang up on their wall, or even marketing materials like printable flyers and business card designs. And then on the other hand, we've got digital products that are not meant to be printed out. They're meant to only be used digitally. Some examples of these types of products could be social media templates, which are templates that somebody like a business owner or content creator could create for a platform like Instagram or Facebook or Pinterest. So they're not having to start from scratch, but they have a template to help them get started. Graphic assets, which can be anything from icons to illustrations to graphic elements that might be sold as a bundle or in a pack, or even photo presets that someone could use to get a head start on editing their photos in a program like Lightroom. You can see how all of these types of products are only meant to be used online. They're never meant to be printed out. So we've got those 2 different types of categories. Now, those are just a few examples. I could name hundreds of different types of digital products that fit into both of these categories, but since we don't have time to go through all of them in this video, I've come up with a master list of different digital product ideas that you can grab totally for free. I've got the link for it in the description box below. So you can go through through that and hopefully it'll spark some inspiration as to which types of digital products you might want to start creating. I am going to be mentioning a lot of things that will be helpful resources for you today, so I wanted to go ahead and let you know I've got everything that I'm mentioning today linked in the description box below in case you want to try out anything or grab any of these free resources. So next you'll need to really think about what type of digital product is the right fit for your business. And what I recommend for this step is to think about who you want to serve as your ideal customer and think about what types of pain points, problems, or challenges they might be facing that your digital product could serve as a solution for. Now, if you're like, I don't really know what types of problems my ideal customer might have, then the first thing I'd recommend you do is go to ChatGPT, which is an AI chat tool that you can ask to help you come up with ideas, to help you brainstorm, and to give you information. So let's say you know you want to create digital products for teachers. You could go on ChatGPT and say, I want to create digital products to sell specifically for teachers. Give me 10 problems elementary school teachers might face and 3 digital products for each problem that could help solve it. Then once you give it a prompt of what you're trying to create and what you're looking for it to generate for you, it's going to give you a response with that information. So it can start generating different problems that your ideal customer might have and digital product ideas that could serve as the solution for it. So using ChatGPT as a resource to brainstorm and get some inspiration is a great first idea to really narrow down on what type of digital product you want to create and what's going to be most helpful and in demand for your target audience. So once you've figured out the type of digital product you want to sell, then you're going to move on to actually creating your digital product. We're going to talk about 2 main steps here in the world of your digital product creation. The first one is to do some product research of similar listings. You can use a platform like Etsy or Amazon to do this type of research because there are lots of digital products on both of those websites, and they can be great places to go and research in your niche to see what's already out there, what's selling really well, and gain some inspiration from what you might want to create and put your own twist on. So continuing on with our teacher example, if I know I want to create digital products for teachers, I've used ChatGPT to brainstorm a little bit and I've narrowed it down to educational wall art for classrooms. This is the type of product I know I want to create, but I still want to do a little bit of further research to identify what things are in demand and selling well in terms of trend elements. This could be anything from font style to color scheme to overall aesthetic. Also looking at things like what sizes are being offered, to the ones that sell as an individual print or maybe a wall art bundle. There are lots of things I can find out from this kind of research. I might go on Etsy and just type that into the search bar, educational posters for classroom, and look at what results come up on the first and second pages. Those Etsy listings that are ranking really high on those first few pages are there for a reason. The ones that are ranking high are doing something right, so we can take those as clues of what's actually working and selling well in this niche. You're going to want to look through these listings, especially taking note of the ones that say bestseller or popular now, as that's an extra clue that these specific listings are selling over and over again consistently, and we want to be able to identify a few things that are working well for them that we could incorporate into our products as well. I do want to note here, this is not for the purpose of just copying someone's listing element for element, but you want to be able to do this type of product research to identify trends and styles that are in demand, and then put your own unique and creative spin on it to make it your own and make it even better than the ones that are already out there. So as you're looking through these listings, you're taking note of what's repeating over and over again, what you see as common threads between these best-selling listings, and what you could incorporate into your product. Now, after you've done your research, the second step here is to choose your design tool. You don't need a lot of different tools to design your digital products. You can start with just one, and there are several out there that are great tools that have a free plan if your startup budget is limited. My favorite one for beginners to start with for free is Canva because it is super user-friendly. It has tons of built-in fonts and elements, photos, graphics, so many different things that you can use for free in your digital products. And you can create a lot of different types of digital products with this platform because it's so versatile. But maybe you're wanting to sell something that's a little more niche specific, like I gave the example earlier of Lightroom photo presets. So for something like this, of course, you're going to need the accompanying platform that it's created in. So for that, you would need to have access to Adobe Lightroom to create these presets. And when you're trying to figure out which design tool is the right one to start with, you want to think through a few different aspects of the type of product you want to create, like what sizing you might need, especially for things like printable wall art. You'll want to know what type of file you want to offer this in. Do you want to offer it as an SVG, as a JPG, a PNG, a PDF. So these types of technical things you'll want to think through because that will play a part in what design tool you decide on. Now, if you're like, I have no clue about sizing, aspect ratio, resolution, file types, I've got you covered, friend. I've got an entire digital product starter guide that walks through and explains those basics that you need to know both on the technical side and gives a whole rundown of the different design tools that I recommend for different types of digital products. So if you think that guide could be helpful for you, it's totally free. I have it linked in the description box below. And I think that'll be a huge helpful resource for you as you get started and think through some of these things. So once you've got your digital product created, then it's time to think about selling your digital product. We're going to focus on two main steps here for the selling part as well. So the first thing you'll need to do here is to choose your sales channel. This is different from your design tool, right? We used a certain design tool to actually design and create the digital product, but now we've got to choose a platform that we're going to sell it on. This is where we're going to set up our online shop. The two main options here are you can sell on a marketplace platform or on your own e-commerce website. A marketplace platform is a website that hosts many different shops all within that one marketplace, and people know of the marketplace. They may not know about your shop, but they know of that marketplace and they'll go to search for things just because they love shopping on that specific website. It'll have its own search algorithm, so it's not pulling search results to show that shopper from all across the internet. It's only pulling search results from that marketplace's shops. So some of the best marketplaces I recommend for selling digital products are Etsy, Amazon, and Creative Market. Now, the other option is selling on your own e-commerce website. So this is not where you're teaming up with a platform like Etsy to host an online shop. You're actually just building your own website and having your own e-commerce store on your website. There are a lot of different website hosts out there that you can use for this. One of the most trusted and well-known is Shopify, but you can also look up different e-commerce website hosts just by doing a simple Google search, and you can compare different hosts and what features they offer to see which one would be the right fit for you. There are pros and cons to both sides here. In my opinion, the biggest benefit to selling on a marketplace platform is the natural built-in traffic of shoppers that are loyal to that platform. So for instance, Etsy has millions and millions of active shoppers who love shopping on Etsy just because it's Etsy. Again, they may not know your shop is on Etsy, but they may find your product because they're going to Etsy time and time again to buy things like home decor, gifts, digital products. So it helps, especially new sellers, to tap into that organic audience and be found quicker in the search results. When you host your store on your own website, you don't have that natural built-in audience of millions and millions of shoppers on a single platform. So you're going to have to do a little bit more upfront to drive your own traffic to your shop. But the benefit to having your own shop on your own website is you can customize it much more, make it exactly what you want. And if you're able to build some brand awareness, you can actually go even further building your own established brand as opposed to just staying on a platform like Etsy or Amazon. So it's really up to you what you want for your business. You can go either direction. I think both are great. You can start with one and then branch into the other. But my recommendation is not to try to do both at once. Pick one sales channel to focus on until you master it. And then if you eventually want to branch into other websites, then that is totally fine. So once you've chosen your sales channel, you've got your online shop set up, then it's time to move on to step number 2 here, which is so important. And this is marketing. Lots of people skip this step because they don't think it's that important, but marketing is something to be taken very seriously because people are not going to know your shop even exists unless you actively, intentionally promote and get the word out there. Now, there are lots of different options for digital marketing, but my top favorite forms that have moved the needle most in my business are content marketing and email marketing. Two different forms of digital marketing, but they work hand in hand and make a great pair when you do it the right way. So in my opinion, content marketing sort of serves as the first initial handshake with your potential ideal customers. They're just finding you for the first time. They're discovering your brand, what you have to offer, but there's not much trust established quite yet. Our goal is to meet our potential customers there with our content and then point them eventually to join our email list as a subscriber, which is where we can really go deeper in establishing that trust, serving our customers, and promoting really whatever we want, like a flash sale or a new product line launch, because now we've got a direct line of communication with our customers through email that doesn't depend on an algorithm that can change at any time like social media does. And research has proven time and time again that conversion rate into sales happens much more through email than on social media. In my opinion, I think, again, they work great together. You should use both of them. So with content marketing, it can feel a little overwhelming because there are a lot of choices for different social media platforms that you can use, but I recommend you just start with one. All you need is to focus on one in the beginning and really master that one to get some traction and momentum. So these are platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, TikTok, YouTube, really anywhere that you can post content can serve serve as your primary content marketing platform. And once you've chosen the one you want to focus on, you want to do a little bit of research just to figure out what things work on that platform. What works on Facebook is different than what works on YouTube is different than what works on Instagram or TikTok. They all have their own algorithms that work in different ways and promote different types of content. So you want to make sure you do a little bit of research, which you can easily find by searching for videos on YouTube or just by Googling that platform to really identify what types of content you need to make for that specific platform and how you can optimize it so it will perform well. You also want to make sure that you consistently upload. Once you start uploading content, you've got to be consistent with it. No matter what platform you're on, you're going to do better if you stay consistent. So I think it's great to go ahead and decide on a cadence or a pace that works for you for your upload schedule. You could decide, I'm going to upload 2 Instagram posts and a few stories a week. Or if you're on YouTube, you could decide you're going to upload 1 long form YouTube video each week. It's really up to you how often you want to post, but the consistency is what makes things happen. You want to make sure that you serve your ideal audience first. So we're not on this content platform to just be selling, asking for the sale all the time, even though that is part of it as a business owner, and you will have times that you're asking for the sale. But the key to drawing in that ideal customer is to serve and give valuable information before you ask for anything from them. The more value-based, really educational or entertaining content you can put out there, whatever would serve your ideal customer best, is what's going to attract those types of people to your account and start to build that crucial know, like, and trust factor. So think to yourself, who is my ideal customer and what problem can I solve for them with my content? What are their pain points? What are their challenges? This is similar to what we went to ChatGPT earlier to ask it. Remember, we were talking about our ideal customer and getting ideas for the different problems they have. And in that instance, we were talking about different types of digital products you could create to solve that problem. But here we're talking about different types of content you can create to serve them and build that trust. And lastly here, a huge key to success and growing on any social media platform is collaborating with others. I'm a big fan of tapping into another person's audience, letting them tap into yours so it's a win-win situation. Neither person is having to start from scratch, and the growth happens so much faster when you have this in mind. So these types of collaborations work best when you partner up with someone who is in a complementary niche to yours. You don't want to find a direct competitor, but you want someone that has a complementary product so you can be sure that their audience would likely be interested in what you have to offer and vice versa. This collaboration could be anything from a feature swap where you both agree to feature the other one on your social media platform and link the other one's account, encouraging your audience to go ahead and hop over there and follow that person as well. It could be something fun like a joint giveaway where you're both contributing something and doing a fun event where you're going to choose a winner for the giveaway prize. Lots of different fun collaborations and ideas here. And again, you can always go to ChatGPT if you need ideas and ask it to generate for you some different social media collaboration ideas. So that is all the content marketing side of things, but that's only the first half, remember, because email is where the sales actually happen. So we're doing all of this on our content platform to attract our ideal customer, help them to start to get to know us, serve them with value-based content, and then from time to time, we'll mention our email list and encourage them to jump over and subscribe to get on our email list. Now, unfortunately, not many people these days are just going to sign up for another email newsletter, right? We don't want more emails in our inbox, but if you offer something as a free incentive for them, basically a reward that they get for signing up for your email list, and a lot more people are going to be willing to do that because it's a value exchange. They're giving you their email address, you're giving them something free that's going to serve them well. This is known as a lead magnet or an opt-in. So you'll just need to decide what you can offer for free. This can be anything digital that you create once that can be automatically delivered. So some popular lead magnet types are resource or reference guides, cheat sheets, checklists, templates. It can really be anything as long as it has to do with your niche. You don't want to offer something random. You want to offer something that has to do with your specific niche of digital products that you're selling so that you can be sure the type of person that wants that freebie from you that's going to opt into your email list is the same type of person who's going to be looking for the same thing in that niche that you're offering as a paid product. So you're building your email list with the people who could serve as your ideal customers. And now, like I mentioned before, you've got a direct line of communication with them where conversions happen at a much higher rate. Now, when you've got people joining your email list, you're going to want to, again, be very consistent with this. Decide on a cadence, maybe sending an email once a week or twice a week to your list so that they are regularly hearing from you. You're serving them again with value-based emails, and every now and then sending out what I I call an ask email. So there's give emails where you're serving your people. There's ask emails where you're asking for the sale or you're asking for them to engage with you in some way. This is great for things like announcing new products that you just launched, doing flash sales or promotions. But if you are consistent with all of your different types of emails, you're going to see the best results. Okay, so those are your 4 main steps to starting your digital product business. But remember, I said I had 2 additional pro tips. So it's time for me to share with you the 2 things that have made a huge difference in helping my listings perform well. And number 1 is to incentivize potential customers. Adding an incentive is basically just adding a little extra reward that is going to encourage that potential buyer to go ahead and purchase now as opposed to waiting for later. Maybe they've narrowed it down to your listing and a couple of others that are similar and they're trying to decide which one to go with. Your extra incentive could be the thing that pushes them over into purchasing your product as opposed to the other ones. So there are lots of different things you can use as incentives. This could be a discount code, a sale, offering free shipping, offering a free item with their purchase, offering a buy one, get one free deal. So the sky really is the limit here, but just even offering something small can be enough to get the sale. And the second thing here that I'm a big fan of is offering variations. Once you've got some traffic coming in, you've got some data and some analytics you can look at, you can see which of your listings and which designs are performing best and double down on what's working well. Take your bestseller listings and start to make variations of them, meaning that is basically the same product in terms of the framework of it, but you might change out simple things like the font style or the color scheme to give a different option or variation for that customer who likes the type of product it is and likes maybe the layout of it, but they just wanted some different colors or they just wanted the font to be slightly different. That way, when you're creating your listings, you can always say in the description something along the lines of, like this product, but want it in a boho style? Check out our boho version of this listing here. And then you can link your other listing. Giving options and variations is going to keep people browsing on your site for longer, engaging for longer, and is going to give them more options, which is going to result in more sales. So at the end of the day, remember how powerful incentives and variations can be, and you'll be good to go. And don't forget to click the links below to grab your free digital product starter guide and your master list of different digital product ideas if you could use help with that, or click over and watch my free 45-minute long masterclass, Digital Product Powerhouse, to go even deeper with how to get your digital products created and selling today. Talk soon, friend.
Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know.